Hi everybody, my name is Leila, and for my final project for my language of film final, I will be talking about, I chose the category frames and images, and I'll be specifically talking about camera movements. So camera movements are an essential part of a film's narrative, not only because of course you need the camera to actually construct and inform the film, but it's the movement and the different shots that really help the audience convey the mood of the scene and the mood and meaning of the entire movie. So during my presentation, I'll be talking about the three of the camera shots and movements that I believe, in my opinion, best help or most effective in the film. So first I'm going to talk about the reverse zoom, and I picked the reverse zoom mainly because it's probably one of the most creative and probably one of the most uncommon film shots you'll see because I mean, in my opinion, it's uncommon, mainly because you don't see it as often, or it's kind of hard to really find a movie that executes it very well. So basically, what the reverse zoom is when the camera kind of has a focus on one person or object, and that kind of comes into the foreground, but the background kind of gets farther away. So it was first used by Alfred Hitchcock in Vertigo, and probably in early in the semester we learned about it. We seen it in Jaws, which is it was displayed well there. So the clip I chose is from Vertigo. So as you can see, when he looks down from walking up the stairs, and you see how he sees how far he is, that's when that reverse zooms come in. And I honestly feel like it's best used to create a very dramatic scene because in the clip, as you see, the higher he gets, the farther the zoom goes, and we kind of see like the higher he gets, that kind of sweat draws down. You can really see the worry in his face, and that reverse zoom just adds more drama to the overall scene. So like the end zoom also tells us that he's kind of getting a little scared about going that high when he looks down. The next shot I'll be talking about are close-ups. So close-ups are it's basically a close-up, and we're up and personal with the object or a person. So close-ups are really effective to the narrative because it helps the audience create a better connection or get up and personal. You kind of feel connected to the character in a sense. You kind of gain that bond with the character. You get a better understanding or a better meaning of the character or the object. So the clip I chose for that is from Fences with Viola Davis, and in this clip you can really see you can in a close up you can really see in her eyes mainly you can see that the pain, and with the tears coming down you kind of feel that because it's such a personal and intimate shot. You basically feel what she's feeling, so that kind of drives the narrative because now in the next scene you kind of, now that you have that bond with Rose, you kind of like, oh, what happens to her next? Or I'm rooting for Rose. I'm going to continue to watch because I really want to see what happens. You're kind of engaged in her life now. So that's why I chose this clip.
Fleece fights, only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
You're good. You're not the only one who's got wants and needs, but I held on to you, Joy. I took all my feelings, my wants and needs and dreams, and I buried them inside you. I planted a seed and watched it prayed over. I planted myself inside you and waited to bloom. It didn't take me no 18 years to realize the soil was hard and rocky and it was never gonna bloom.
So again, after watching the clip, you feel for her a little bit. You feel that it's almost as she's taught. It's almost as if she's not talking to Troy, as if she's talking to you. Like she's telling you her story. She's telling you what she's been through. So that's where that's where the really the effectiveness of the close up comes in, because now you're invested in that character and you kind of feel what that character's feeling. So it definitely drives the narrative, and probably one of my favorite shots because it it really tells the story. That's what a movie is. It's a story. So the close ups really tell the story. And the last and final shot that I chose is also my favorite. It is the handheld. It it's basically when the cinematographer is holding the camera, so there are no mounts or cranes, and it's usually used in documentaries or point of view films such as like Paranormal Activity or Visit. And the purpose is to create this like kind of shaky and unsteady feel. It kind of makes the audience feel like as if you're the cinematographer, as if you're holding the camera yourself. And the scene I chose for that is from a movie called Cloverfield.
Fleece Fights, only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
Have you tried maybe calling 911, seeing somebody else can get out? Okay, well, I mean, what about police, fire department? Get through. Okay, this seems a little...
So again, so this particular scene, it makes you feel like you're a part of that scene. So like it's them, and then it's you, kind of going through that. You're going through the experience, and that's basically what a point of view film really is. Like it's you're inside the movie basically. So, and that's why handheld cameras are, I feel like, are a good source or a good resource or a good tactic, because it also creates that shaking, unsteady feeling for more chaotic films or more action films. So that's why I think that handheld, that's also one of my favorites too. So handheld really drives the narrative that way. It makes you feel that unsettling feeling that the characters are feeling. So it makes you feel a part of the scene itself.